Blink Twice is a movie directed by Zoe Kravitz and stars Channing Tatum, who plays a billionaire who's kind of like invited people to his exclusive island to have a big party and have lots of fun, and some weird things start going on. Naomi Aki, Alia Shawkat, Christian Slater, Adria Arjona, Haley Joel Osment fill out the rest of the cast. And the rest of the cast is actually pretty good in this movie. Naomi Aki, I'm not too familiar with her work, but she's pretty much the main character of this story. We see it through her eyes, and she does a really good job, straight up. The acting in this is one of the things that really sticks out here, which is cool because Zoe Kravitz, if you don't know who directed this, is an actress herself. You would recognize her as sorry, not Catwoman in the Batman with Robert Pattinson. You recognize her, so it's kind of cool. This is her directorial debut, and for me, I would say that it's a thumbs up. Uh, my initial reaction was that it was a good experience. Now, I want to temper some of your expectations here because when I said in my initial out of the theater reaction is that at first it seems like everything is cardboard. We don't know that much about these characters. And that goes to echo as to what type of movie this is. It's a psychological thriller. And I was about to cry foul, actually, like around the 45-minute mark. Is like, do I really care about these characters though? But that's what they were going for in this movie. It's kind of like it's a mystery to find out, well, what exactly is going on here, right? Are these characters who they say that they are? That's something that gets rolled into it, and it does pay that off towards the end of the movie, and that's why I say that it's a pretty good movie. It's got good writing, and it's got good acting from the supporting characters. Gina Davis shows up in this movie at some points, and I'm like, wow, okay, that's kind of cool. Kyle MacLachlan's in there, and this is from the first trailer. When we watched this trailer the first time, I was like, "There's something. Channing Tatum is doing something here. Like, look at the look in his eyes there. He's up to something, and that's part of the mystery. What is he doing? Right? There's a lot of weird things that show up. Well, why are there always raspberries in the champagne? Like weird things like that where it's like, oh, okay, so are we going down the drug route here? Wait a minute, why are all these snakes around? It was like, it's just like that. It's like you're trying to piece it all together, and just when you think that, oh, I don't know if this is going to pay off or not, it does. It starts to give you some answers, right? uh, and start to fill in some of the gaps, and it's a really weird experience, and I found myself enjoying it because of the cast. Adria Arjona, Bix, right, from Andor, uh, she's also really good in this, and she was in Hitman, right, with Glenn Powell recently. Good cast, and it's like somebody goes missing, and they're like, who went missing? It's like, I don't remember that person being here, and then that's when it starts to go like, oh, okay, we're going in hyperdrive here. A lot of weird things are happening, and it's that itch of curiosity of like, okay, well, what exactly is going on here? Uh, and I found myself quite amused by the end of it. Uh, Blink twice. Okay, so uh, acting stands out, right? Writing stands out, and the directing stood out for me. So let's go over to my score sheet here and start to fill in a little bit of numbers here for uh, Blink Twice. Acting, I'm going to give acting a full 2 points, uh, because there's certain scenes in this where you see characters come to a realization, and it's like there's a turn. You see a turn in them, and that happens a couple of times. For not only, well, Tatum's the bad guy, it happens for him, but then it also happens for the good guys too. And it's also really well done. Now, this is a directorial debut. I'm actually going to give it 1.5. It's a good, strong effort for her. Uh, she's been around movies for some time now. She's been around the likes of like Matthew Vaughn and stuff like that. Uh, so she's had the experience, and I think this is a good start for her, for Zoe Kravitz. Story wise, I'm also going to give 1.5 because I wanted it to go down the really weird island of Dr. Moreau thing, like where are you turning people into animals? Like, why are the snakes here? What's going on? And it's like, oh, I wanted it to be like that. It doesn't get quite that weird, but it does get weird, man. And it does get kind of really, uh, it goes into some really sensitive subject matter towards the end. And they try to preface this movie with a warning label at the beginning. And I felt like that warning label at the beginning was kind of like setting the tone of what you were going to expect of like, well, what am I in for here with this movie Blink Twice? Cinematography was good. I think I'll give that a full point. Score, serviceable. I actually no, the score was haunting. It was, and it helps set the table. So I'll give the score a full point. So we're sitting around 7 out of 10 for Blink Twice, and we haven't even talked about the watchability factor. Let's go over the tomato meter and see what other people are saying, and we'll wrap this thing up. I'm hoping that I've intrigued you enough to check this out. Mystery thriller, yeah, mystery. That's a good call there. So we're looking at 77% right now, 106 reviews. No audience score yet, huh? Wow, we just looked at the Thursday night previews numbers for this, 77. And the Thursday night previews numbers were only 820 million for Thursday night previews. Well, hey, it did better than The Crow's 650,000. Sorry, 820,000, yeah, for Blink Twice. 77%. So we're going to finish here in that ballpark. I'm probably going to finish a little bit higher, but maybe I'll temper something later in there. I'll readjust something. We'll figure out something here. Let's go down to the critics. Blink Twice may be aiming for a feminist statement. What? He's experimenting on people. What are you talking about? Oh, well, I guess maybe I suppose I could see that angle. But it's ultimately a slasher movie with a bunch of one-dimensional final girls. No, Boston Globe, that's way off the mark. Sure, it's a bit predictable. No, it's not predictable, actually. I didn't find it that predictable. And I watched the trailers. But actress Zoe Kravitz is like, well, it's predictable in the fact that you know he's doing something weird to them on the island, right? And you know it's probably going to be involving some kind of hallucinogens or something weird thing, right? Uh, Zoe Kravitz, in a promising directorial debut, milks every ounce of suspense out of this Me Too thriller set on an island paradise where pretty young things accept invites from the tycoon Channing Tatum at their own peril. Audience, Tea Time says it was good. Tons of to unpack in the movie. Really enjoyed this one. Phenomenal directorial debut. A slow burner, but worth the payoff. That's a good call too. A slow burner, because remember, as I said, it starts off and it seems like these characters are very cardboard. They don't move anywhere. But then, as you learn more and more information, you're like, okay, now I understand why it was set up like that, right? Let's take a look at the Get Out of Believe Women. I guess maybe there is some of that stuff in there, but guys, it's not they're not beating you over the head with that kind of stuff. It's just that's the scenario, right? Zoe Kravitz's directorial debut is both stylish and sneaky thrill, and that stylish is a good call because that's why I wanted to use the I gave full marks for cinematography and score because the score there's like a ambient synth or not synth like orchestral theme throughout it that works, but it's also got like a few like keyboard kind of chimes in there, synth score kind of thing that help. It works, man. It helps immerse you into that world and the weird psychedelic things that happen in it. And there is some weird psychedelic things that happen in this for sure. Detroit News didn't like it. Blink Twice has some pretty good locations and familiar needle drops, but it is unable to conjure up any big ideas for itself or its characters. It's an island getaway that gets away from itself. And it does go down like the preface at the beginning is warranted. But when you preface something with like, okay, this film contains violence that may offend some people and stuff like that, then okay, you're telling me that I'm going to see something like Pulp Fiction, like or Deliverance. I even talked about Deliverance in my straight out of the theater reaction, right? I guess you get a little bit. Deliverance is pretty graphic, if you know what I'm talking about. That's the Burt Reynolds movie there, um, right? Um, Ned Beatty, the pig scene. That's graphic. It's not quite as graphic. This movie's not quite as graphic as that. It's more along the lines of perhaps what Pulp Fiction is like, and Pulp Fiction never had a trigger warning before it, so I don't understand that. Alonso Duralde, a tense, twisty, and tropical thriller that wrangles themes of trauma, class, and the fallout surrounding social and professional cancellation into a playfully served but serious-minded package. Matt Donato liked it. Okay, good. We trust his opinions. A darkly comedic, rage-driven survival thriller that hints of Glass Onion, Get Out, and The Hunt. Yeah, I like that aspect where it was like pulling at things of familiar threads, and that's a good call there between Glass Onion, Get Out, and a little bit of The Hunt. I would say even shades of The Menu, because food does come into play here. Yeah, yeah, like it's like The Menu mixed with Glass Onion is more like it. You know that Ray Fiennes, Anya Taylor-Joy film. All right. Anybody else in here that jumps off the page? You guys get the idea. You get the idea. You get most people find it familiar. Like, yeah. Richard Roper, the striking visuals and smart dialogue distinguish Kravitz's Gonzo directorial debut. Gonzo, the puppet Gonzo, or the I don't. Maybe I'm not using that term properly, or you guys know what I'm going for there. All right. Nobody else here that I see that jumps off the page right away. 77%, huh? I think I'm probably going to be around that ballpark. I think I'm more aiming along the lines of, I think I feel like 7.5 is where I want to land. So let's go over to my score sheet here and round it out. So, a watchability factor, guys, is out of a possible 2 points. So, I'd say check it out. Is it worth watching twice? Maybe, but it's a good watch. It's a good, solid watch. If yeah, you like acting and you're curious about it, I would say check that out. Maybe the acting, no, because there are so many changes in it. Does the story bit bland? Perhaps, perhaps. So maybe I will knock down the story to about 1, but it's curious. Do I feel like giving it an 8 out of 10? Ah, it's my show. I can do whatever I want. Yes, I say. I'm not gonna pull this punch. It is 8 out of 10. 4. Blink twice. What do you guys think? Let me know if you went out and saw it this weekend, or if you're going to, and leave a comment there, and we will talk about it. All right. If you like this kind of thing, come join us next for the Crow reboots. I don't have a whole lot of good things to say about it. You're watching Mirror Domains.